The time when red spider lilies wilt. A house at dusk, the sound of the still new curtains swaying in the wind. This is the house in the countryside where 27-year-old Yoichi has newly moved to escape the hustle and bustle of the city. It is late September in 1997, when the summer heat still lingers a little, and the country road is covered with bright red spider lilies. Yoichi had moved to Tokyo after graduating from college, but he was tired of city life and decided to make a fresh start and start a new life in the countryside. The house he moves into is an old wooden structure on the outskirts of town. He was introduced to the house by a real estate agent he stopped by. The house looked to be 50 years old, but there was something quaint about it, and Yoichi immediately fell in love with it. For some reason, however, there were many mirrors in every room of the house. At first, this did not bother him, but then strange phenomena began to occur. Entering the house, Yoichi looks around the living room. The air is a bit humid, and Yoichi holds his nose as he opens the window to ventilate. As Yoichi explores the house, he notices that there are mirrors in the dimly lit hallways and on the walls of the stairs. All the mirrors are surrounded by old picture frames and have a somehow dark atmosphere. In the bedroom, there was a large mirror that reflected the whole body. The frame was red and creepy. As Yoichi stares at his reflection in the mirror, he realizes that the fatigue from the move is showing on his face. Every time he looked in the mirror, he felt his expression change to one of anxiety and fear. Tired from the actual moving process, Yoichi decided to finish the move early before the sun set. In the evening, as the sun was setting, Yoichi fell asleep in his bedroom, exhausted. In the middle of the night, Yoichi wakes up to feel something in front of him. In the darkness, he stares at his reflection in his bedroom mirror. Then, he sees himself in the mirror smiling slowly. Yoichi stiffens with fear. He rubs his eyes and looks in the mirror again, but there is nothing strange. Except that there is a woman right behind Yoichi. Startled, Yoichi covered the mirror with a cloth to hide it, covered his head with a blanket, and closed his eyes tightly. The next morning, with the cloth-covered mirror at his side, he recalled last night. He did not dare to remove the cloth. Having just moved in, Yoichi leaves his house to greet his neighbors. The neighbors greet Yoichi warmly, but look uneasy about his house. They are told that there is a rumor that the house has been haunted by bad luck for a long time. However, no one knows the specific reason. Yoichi was curious about the identity of the female spirit that appeared in the mirror. He likes the house itself, although he thinks it would be better if he moved out immediately. I thought I would find out the identity and history if possible, and then decide whether or not to move. I started researching about the history of the house and the rumors in the area. As he gathered information from the library and the internet, he learned that a certain mirror maker used to live in Yoichi's house. One evening, Yoichi gathered up his courage and stood in front of the mirror again, hoping to ask her directly. Behind him stood the same woman. Yoichi's body stiffens again in fear. Her expression is hidden by her hair. Her skin is pale and bloodless, and she is standing right behind Yoichi, motionless. He tries to speak to her in the mirror, but there is no response. Around that time, a series of strange events begin to occur around him. The door to his room opens by itself in the middle of the night, and noises echo through the house. Mysterious footsteps are sometimes heard in the house, and Yoichi is terrified. Even through the cracks in the curtains at night, Yoichi feels as if someone is watching him. He spends sleepless days and grows tired. These days, he feels as if his feet are not planted on the ground. Scared, Yoichi tries to uncover the truth about the mirror. He works with a local antique dealer to discover the skills and secrets of the mirror craftsman who made the mirror in his home. But as he gets closer to the truth, danger looms over Yoichi. One night, when Yoichi removes the cloth from the mirror, the spirit of a woman is still there. However, she suddenly disappears. Soon after, more powerful and evil spirits begin to appear in Yoichi's house. The door opens by itself, dishes fall from the cupboard and make a loud noise. Yoichi's fear becomes more and more unbearable, and he attempts to break the mirror. However, the mirror shows no sign of breaking. He tried to call his family and friends for help, but his phone did not work and the front door would not open. Yoichi has become isolated. He stayed in his room and pounded the mirror with his fist. He kept pounding on the mirror every day, hoping that by breaking it, he could break the curse. How much time had passed? A week? A month? Yoichi's hand no longer felt pain. The mirror had turned red. He could not break the mirror until the end, and he had used up all his strength. Yoichi was found in front of the mirror, his face violently distorted by fear. After that, the house became infamous and no one would go near it. The mirror maker's curse has yet to be lifted, and it is said that every time a red spider lily blooms, the screams of those who have suffered the same unfortunate fate as Yoichi can be heard. And as the petals of the red spider lily fall, new victims emerge.